Happy Monday. It is 8:35 in the morning and I'm about to have my breakfast. It is a cup of tea, half a cup of oats with 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar mixed in there. I don't have a banana for it because I didn't actually grocery shop on the weekend. So food supplies are a little bit lacking right now. I'm going to go to the grocery store after physio if I'm well enough to. Sometimes physio really takes it out of me and I can't. So here's crossing fingers that I can manage it today. I also have very minimal counter space because I have a cake sitting right here. It's wrapped up kind of funny because it's got the saran wrap over top of it, even though I have it sitting on an actual proper like cake carrier caddy thing with like a lid. But it is because I can't leave the caddy at the place I'm taking the cake to. So I bought like I don't know what to call this. The thing that it's resting on is like a cake base. And then I wrapped it in tinfoil because pineapple upside down cakes, if you've ever made them, you flip it out of the pan when it's like only like barely out of the oven. Like you get it out of the oven, you scrape around the edges with a knife to make sure it's not going to stick, and you flip it onto a heat, like onto a surface that can take heat. Does that make sense? Very tired this morning. And I didn't think like a regular cardboard cake base from like a box would be able to take the heat of it. So because you leave the pan on there for 5 minutes so all of like the drizzle and the glaze and stuff can come down. So I wrapped it in tin foil first and didn't think to measure it, so it doesn't fit inside the actual cake caddy. And my initial plan had been to put it inside the cake caddy for transport, and then when I got there, just open the cake caddy and just bring up the cake on like the tinfoil cake base wrapped in saran wrap. Clearly that's not quite going to work right now, so I haven't figured out how I'm going to transport it yet. But this is the cake. It is taking up all of my counter space. And this is the breakfast, which admittedly is not as exciting as the cake, but I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a little after 6 o'clock in the evening on Monday, and I'm about to have dinner. It feels a little bit weird filming this because I just did my grocery haul where I purchased these 2 food items, and so it feels a little redundant talking about them, but you may not watch that video, and this is a completely different type of video. So, filming the food again. I'm having a cup of tea. This is a macaroni salad that I bought from the deli when I was grocery shopping, and these are all beef sausage rolls. I should not go grocery shopping after physio, but I didn't get it done on the weekend and I desperately had to go. So it was today or trouble for the rest of the week. And I picked up something there that I could that I could eat without having to cook or fuss with, because I knew by the time I got home I would be like not able to really like tolerate cooking. I get really dizzy from my physio appointments and really bad headaches and whatnot, and so really I'm supposed to come directly home and just rest, but some days like you have to buy groceries, so it just means that the headache and the dizziness will last longer throughout the evening, and I have to really minimize what I do the rest of the day to try to compensate. So I have this macaroni salad. I know it's not Weight Watcher friendly. I have no idea how to point it. I don't know what the sauce is at all, but I picked it because it is on sale. And so it was the cheapest one there. And then the sausage rolls, they're all beef sausage rolls. I usually only eat one as a portion. I'm not really sure if I'll eat one or both today because I haven't really had much today. I've only had the oatmeal. So maybe both. I'm really not sure, but I am sure that I do not feel like giving myself more dishes on a day where I'm already feeling kind of wobbly on my feet. So I'm gonna grab a spoon to eat the macaroni salad right out of the container like some kind of a heathen or a person raised in a barn, and then I'm just gonna take one of these out of the bag. So yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow if I eat one or both of the sausage rolls. If I don't eat them both tonight, I'll put one in the fridge, obviously, and then probably have it tomorrow, so you'll see it tomorrow. But this is what I'm going to have. I know it's not healthy and it's not like a nicely balanced meal or anything, but it's easy and I can manage it. So some days I just gotta make allowances for the concussion and go more for like what I can physically manage to put together versus what will fit in my points. Good morning. It is 8:35 on Tuesday and I am so excited for this breakfast. Look at that peach. So the peaches that I bought in my grocery haul, they feel a little bit too firm when you squeeze them. So I thought they really weren't ready to be eaten yet. But at the same time, I'm like, there's 6 of them and there's only one of me. So I really need to start eating these kind of sooner rather than later, because I'd rather eat one that's a little bit too firm than end up with one at the end that's gone too soft and I can't eat it anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna cut one up. I'm gonna put it either in with the oatmeal or beside the oatmeal, do something with it for breakfast this morning, just because I want to start eating them. And when I cut into it, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, yes, it is like a little firm, and I do kind of usually prefer my peaches like softer when I'm biting into them to eat them. But for cutting up to put on something, absolutely perfect. So my oatmeal is half a cup of oats. I did put a tablespoon of brown sugar in there, just because I'm not sure if it would be like too bland with just the peaches. So then on top, it's almost an entire peach. I will admit that I did nibble my way through some of it while I was cutting it up because, peaches. I'm just so happy. I love peaches. I'm very glad that I was there when they were on sale and I could afford to buy them. And then, of course, I have my cup of tea like normal, and I'm very happy for my cup of tea as well. But I'm just very, very focused right now on the fact that I'm about to eat an entire peach. It is noon on Tuesday and I'm having a snack. I know I don't normally snack during the workday, but it is a very stressful time of year for my work. It started a couple weeks ago and it will continue through until about the end of January. So we have like a good chunk of the year that is just double, triple the workload with really strict deadlines and very confusing things. So stress eating. So I'm going to stress eat some cucumber slices with a dip that I made is equal parts Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip by Kraft, and Philadelphia light cream cheese with some dill. There is dill in there, I swear, you can barely see it. I'm just gonna leave it in the ramekin. Sometimes I put this, like the dip and the cucumber on a cracker. I don't have any crackers right now, so I'm just gonna take a knife with me and kind of put some on each cucumber slice as I go through. This way it will slow down my eating of it, because I'll have to like stop my work to pick up the knife to be more consciously eating of the snack. I know it's a relatively healthy snack, so that's not really the problem. It's really just that I don't want to be mindlessly eating while I'm working, because that will just sort of set me on a slippery slope to mindlessly eating my way through the rest of the very stressful work months. So I'm trying to start off strong. I almost put it onto a piece of bread because I really like spreading the dip and putting the cucumber on bread, but I decided just this for right now. Hey there, it is 3:40 in the afternoon on Tuesday and I'm just starting to assemble my dinner and I wanted to show it to you in stages. So this is level 1 of the mixed vegetable level, and then going on top of it is going to be some chicken that may or may not have gone bad. I don't know how to tell because I can't taste or smell, and I bought it and it's been in the fridge the whole time since I bought it, but it's technically past like the recommended date of usage, but not by like too much, and I cooked it like overly long, so it's probably going to be dry and gross. So I've also doused it in seasoning and a miso gravy sauce. I don't know, I'm tempting fate here, but I didn't want to throw it out because if it is okay to eat, I don't want to waste the food. So I'm going to eat some of it tonight with dinner, and then if I get sick, I will throw out the rest of it. It's a great plan, don't you think? I also have some bread in the toaster because for some reason I just felt like putting some toast with this. So I'll show you the rest when it is ready. Okay, here is the final look, the potentially going to make me sick chicken. It's being cooked in a miso gravy, and I also put some pepper and some red and green chili flakes in it when I was cooking it. I cooked it for a very long time, so let's just cross fingers that I feel okay after eating it. My tea is currently steeping, my toast has been made, veggies are buried, so this will be my dinner. Good morning, it is 8:23 on Wednesday and I'm just getting my breakfast together. I purposely waited until a little bit closer to 8:30 because I have a 2-hour meeting on Microsoft Teams starting at 8:30, and I'm gonna need something to get me through it. So the peach I had on my breakfast yesterday with the oatmeal, absolutely perfect. 100% recommend putting a little bit of brown sugar and some diced up peach into your oatmeal. I didn't do it today just because I also have bananas, and so I want to alternate my fruits a little bit, and I'm hoping to have a peach later tonight for dessert. So this morning I just half a cup of oats with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, and a banana. I ate some of the banana, so that's not quite all of it sitting on top there. And then I have a cup of tea, and I also have a really quick food confession. I was out with my team last night, and one of the guys very kindly bought pizza for all of us, and so I got sort of socially obligated to take a slice. I have no idea how to track it. The place that it's from is like a local, not like a really big chain. It was a barbecue chicken slice of pizza, but you know how like your points for pizza will differ based on was the pizza itself a small, medium, or large, because then that affects the size of the actual slice. And I'm not sure if they were medium or larges, so I don't know. I have to figure it out. But yeah, I'd hoped to come home last night and have a little bit of a snack, but because I got kind of guilted into having the piece of pizza, I didn't. I just came home and had a cup of tea and went to bed instead. So yeah, I didn't have any video footage of it because it was a little bit wet outside and I wanted to keep my phone protected, but pizza happened. One slice. Hey there, it is 11:47 on Wednesday, in the morning, by the way, on Wednesday, and I'm having a snack. I know the other day I had a snack of cucumbers and I'm stress eating my way through this thing at work. Today, this is actually, I'm trying to settle my stomach. That meeting that I had, it didn't even go the full 2 hours, but the person who was doing it was sharing their computer screen and they were flipping a lot in between like different screens and pages and scrolling documents and whatnot. And that really, I have trouble looking at my computer screen when I'm doing that because of what it does for my concussion headache. And having somebody else do it and having zero control or being able to stop it was brutal for me. So I actually was not well when it ended and had to take a little bit of a break. But there's not really time to take a break because I lost 2 hours of working time. So I've got to like not slack anymore today. So a friend from work was like, maybe try having a snack. It might settle your stomach. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm willing to give it a try. So I made some tea, and then I have 2 pieces of toast with my plum jam that I made on top. It's kind of a combination of, I feel like having jam, although not particularly the plum jam, but also I want the Pyrex measuring cup that I have the jam sitting in back. So I need to either eat the jam or move the jam into something else, and I'm opting for eating the jam. So toast with jam and some tea. We're gonna see if that helps settle my stomach. And I think when work is over, I'm going to have a nap. It is 4:45 in the afternoon on Wednesday, and my dinner is almost done being cooked. So here's the veggies in the pan. I thought it might be easier to see like what I consider a portion of veggies when they're still in the frying pan versus when I've squished them into a bowl. So I used the remains of 2 different bags of mixed vegetables. So I did actually end up with a little bit more than normal because once I dumped out the portion I wanted, there wasn't that much left in one of them, and it just made more sense to keep going and have a little bit more. I mean, they're vegetables. You can't really have too many. So they are just sitting there sizzling away. The larger pieces aren't quite, I mean, they're heated all the way through. They're just still like a little bit hard. And then here's the chicken. It's kind of simmering away. It's just in the leftover sauce from yesterday, like that I put it in the container with. I didn't add any more to it. So it got cooked yesterday perfectly fine. I didn't get sick from it, yay. So I'm assuming that it's fine to have as leftovers and it just needs to be heated up. So I'll give them both a couple more minutes and then put them in the bowl. Okay, here is the final look. I just put the chicken on top of the veggies. You can't see it, but there's a little bit of cheese in between the 2, getting all nice and lovely and gooey. And I have a cup of tea in the process of steeping. Yeah, dinner. It's 7 in the evening on Wednesday, and I'm about to have a snack. I am heavily relying on the sugar of the dessert and the caffeine of the tea to help wake me up. It's laundry day for me, Wednesdays, yeah, random. And I am nowhere near done. Normally I kind of put some loads in during the work day as I'm going along with my day, but I just wasn't able to today, so I was doing it all after work, which is fine also. I didn't have a physio appointment or anything, but I am falling asleep where I sit, so I set a timer on my Fitbit so it vibrates on my wrist when it's time to go and switch over to loads of laundry. But I have some work I need to do on my computer, and I'm falling asleep while I'm trying to do it. It's not good, and I can't figure out how to wake up. So sugar and caffeine is my solution. Plus, it's like this vanilla ice cream is a lovely vessel for another peach. Oh, I'm so excited for another peach. And you can see how there's like a teensy bit of bruising happening on the inside of this one, which is just going to fuel my desire to eat it faster. Not it as in this individual peach, but I mean the peaches in general, because I still have 4 left. So I imagine there'll be one in one of my meals tomorrow. Morning, it is 8:30 on Thursday. We're so close to the end of the work week. We can do this, people. Sorry, it actually hasn't been that bad of a week. I'm just tired and hungry, so it feels a lot worse than it is. I'm also super excited because I was doing math yesterday, which normally is not a thing that excites me, but I did some recalculating with like my debt and payments and things, and I have exciting news, but I will film a debt update video and explain it all there. I'm like bursting with the wanting of sharing with somebody, but this is not the video for that. So breakfast, I have a cup of tea with milk in it. It's not as dark, or I mean as light as it shows on the video. It's actually a darker cup of tea, not the cup itself. The cup is black. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. And then the oatmeal is a half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I was gonna put some fruit in it, but it's still quite runny and I don't want the fruit to really sink. And you know, it's okay to have the oatmeal without fruit some days. So today will be a no fruit on the oatmeal kind of a day. It is 5 p.m. on Thursday. I am home from physio. The workday is over. I'm about to have dinner. I really wanted to pick up some sort of takeout because I'm having like a little mini celebration just to myself, not to the world, about something that I figured out that I'm really excited for. But it would sort of go against my budget money-wise and my budget Weight Watcher-wise. And I was like, just go home, make something at home. So I came home and then I realized I haven't done dishes in a couple of days. Both my frying pans are dirty and oh boy. And so then I was like, I want to start cooking something before I'm dealing with these dishes because like I was hungry. Well, I say was, but I still am. I haven't eaten yet. So I decided to do ramen, which I know blows the budget Weight Watcher wise, but is fully in line with the budget money wise because I am eating only things that I had at home. So, you know, at least one budget's okay. So I'm showing you the first layer. This is the ramen itself, so the noodles with the sauce, and of course I load it down with a bunch of vegetables, but not quite as many as last time. So I don't think the eggs are in danger of falling out of the bowl when I put them in. And the eggs are currently egging right now, so I'm gonna give them like another minute or so maybe, and I will get them in the bowl and I'll show you the final thing. Final product. I know the eggs, they don't look as good as they could, but I'm very hungry and I couldn't wait any longer. And I mean, they're cooked enough that I'm not gonna get sick from them, and I like really runny yolks, so I'm just gonna go with this. I did put some Kewpie mayo on top of the veggie and noodle combination before I put the eggs on top. And buried in the middle is a small amount of cheese that I am sure by now is fully melted. It's going to be glorious. Here we go. Dinner. It's 10:20 in the evening on Thursday and I'm going to have a snack. I'm not super hungry. It's more I'm having the snack because I need to make sure I eat at least 1 peach a day so that none of them go bad before the bag is finished. So I'm having a peach. They got a little bit mangled when I was like taking out the rough part in the middle. They actually are okay, I promise. They don't, I don't know how to explain it. Like they're soft, not too soft, but as soon as like my dull knife tries to like slice them too much, they get mushed by my clumsy hands. So they taste better than what they look like. And of course, a cup of tea, because what else would I be drinking? Morning, it is 8:17 on Friday, and we have made it to the end of the work week, and I am proud of all of us. So I'm having my regular breakfast, half a cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter with a banana on top, and a cup of tea. I still have 1 banana left from my grocery shopping haul and 3 peaches, so I'm making inroads on the fruit inventory, that's for sure. I'm going out this evening to a movie, so I'll have dinner at home like normal, and probably one of the peaches for dessert before I go, in an effort to stave off any urge to buy candy when at the movie theater. It's almost 3 in the afternoon on Friday, and I'm just getting my dinner ready. I lost a good portion of my vegetables to the floor. I made a very short showing some of the butternut squash that ended up down there. So Yeah, it's my first time trying to cook the butternut squash that I bought frozen. And I thought that it would take longer to bring up from frozen than like other vegetables because butternut squash is kind of like thick, it's a root veg, all that stuff. Not really. It all, I'd say they came fairly evenly to heat through, but if you can see there how the squash has gotten squashed, like it turned really mushy. So I think actually they would be really good for like even just letting them thaw and then what's the word, mashing them if you wanted like mashed butternut squash, or maybe like pureeing them and turning them into a soup, because butternut squash soup is really yummy. That's an idea. I mean, not for me, clearly, but like for somebody out there. So I might try the next time I use them, putting them in the air fryer to see if they don't turn to mush. We'll try. But yeah, so there are the vegetables, and then I've got my tofu, just sort of like doing its tofu thing with a little bit of sweet Thai chili sauce. Think about that for a second. So I'm going to start putting it into the bowl, but once it's in the bowl, you will no longer be able to see the vegetables. So I just wanted to show it to you in pieces before I combine it. Here we go, nice and complete. I did forget to turn the tofu as often as I usually do, so a couple sides of some of the pieces are like a little bit more browned than others, but overall I think it's going to be fine. And my tea is still steeping, and I put the milk in too early, so it looks distressing, so I'm not going to show it to you completely. But here we go. It's weird, like I kind of wanted to add an egg to it or something because it just felt like it's not going to be enough, and I don't know if that's just because I'm really hungry or what, but I'm going out tonight to a movie, which I don't really do all that often, but my friend and I got tickets to Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're gonna go to that, and I want to be all, I'm gonna be strong, I'm not gonna get popcorn, but then the reality is I'm probably gonna get popcorn. So I'm leaving room in my tummy and in my points budget for the popcorn. Hello, it is 3:20 in the afternoon on Sunday, and I am trying to ignore the fact that we are closer to the end of the weekend than the beginning. My meal for today, well, not my only one, but my first one, is 2 pieces of toast. One of them has a piece of cheese on it that's getting all melty, and then they both have a fried egg and some Kewpie mayo drizzled on top. And then the seasoning I used for the egg, I put it on when they were still in the frying pan, salt, pepper, and red and green chili pepper flakes. So there's that. And then I've got 2 peaches cut up into a bowl. Normally I only have 1 at a time, but I only had 3 left when I started making my meal, and they're all quite soft at this point, so I think they really actually need to all be eaten today. So I'm having 2 right now, and then the third one, I will figure out what I'm gonna do with it later in the day. And then of course my cup of tea, because what is life without caffeine? So they're all kind of in a row on the counter instead of like arranged in a different way, because I've got my kettle cooling down and my toaster cooling down and my heat plate, hot plate, burner plate, whatever you want to call it, cooling down. So I can't move them out of the way, which means I don't have enough counter space to like put these in any kind of a grouping beyond in a row. But little kitchen problems, I suppose. But whatever, I can still make food, and that is all that matters. It is around 10 in the evening on Sunday, and I'm having a snack. It didn't quite work out how I was expecting. So it's vanilla ice cream, and then I took a Fiber One granola bar and I chopped it up, sort of envisioning it to become more like granola to sprinkle on top of the ice cream to give a bit of texture. And then I chopped up my remaining peach and put that on top. But the granola bar, or the Fiber One bar, whatever you want to call it, when you chop it up, I forgot that those types of bars are kind of stickier than a granola. So it's cut into little pieces and sprinkled over top, but they're kind of clumping, and I don't think it's going to be quite what I was hoping for. But we're going to give it a try. I'm very excited for the peach though. I'm very sad it is the last one, but also kind of proud of myself that I got through 6 peaches before any of them went too soft to be edible, because there is only me, so 6 peaches is a lot. It was totally worth it though, so I'm glad I got them at the grocery store. So yes, this is my snack. I think it looks great. And then I have a cup of tea to go with it because of course I do.